Hi, my name is Millie Duffy and this is my documentary on UK schools.
The first topic is mental health, which is one of the biggest problems in UK schools. But what actually is mental health? Having bad mental health is extremely important to talk about, especially at a young age. It can feel like a cloud hovering over you, stopping you from doing daily activities. Here is some professional advice by NHS manager Louise Duffy.
Hi, my name's Louise Duffy and I work for the NHS. I work for Berkshire Healthcare Foundation Trust. Mental health is absolutely important. Mental well-being is important. Seeing that improvement, making small changes, especially in young people. Young people have faced a lot of difficulty over the last 18 months, particularly due to COVID, and this has changed their outlook. And we need to make it more positive outlook and more inclusive in society, and look at well-being, address well-being generally. If a student is suffering, they need to firstly go and see their GP, go and see their doctor, their local doctor, the surgery that they're registered at, and the GP will make an initial assessment of their mental health, and it will go from there. It could be that they signpost to talking therapies, it could be that they come to my team, to the mixed team, we do 6 sessions with them, a brief intervention, or it might be that they need a higher intervention and might need something a bit more.
The next topic is school meals, and are they really healthy to eat? Majority of canteens in the UK look just like this one, but does it encourage healthy eating? Most schools try and add as much fruit and veg to their meals as possible. But does this mean that children actually will eat it rather than the snacks they have on display? In the 1970s, there was nutritious meals all across the UK, and everyone would have the same set meals, increasing the health rate. But now, over 40% of secondary school students in the UK are overweight due to the lack of nutrition in their diets. Having a good, nutritious, balanced diet is very important, not only for your physical body, but also for your mental well-being. Food provides energy for the body, which helps students stay alert in class. This is the Eat Well guide. It shows you how much of each section you should be eating in your body on a daily basis. The green section is fruit and veg, the yellow is carbohydrates, the pink is meat and proteins, the blue is dairy and alternatives, and finally the purple is oils and spreads. As you can see, all the snacky foods like crisps, chocolate, biscuits, cake, ice cream, they are on the outside of the diagram. This represents that you should not be eating as much of these as you probably would. I'm not sure about you, but when I was in secondary school, the main things I would eat from the cafeteria would be pasta, chips, burgers or paninis, and then probably a fizzy drink to top it off. New nutrition standards show that school lunches should have a lot more lower non-fat dairy, more fruits and veg, and a lot more whole grains. As a teenager, you wouldn't go into your school canteen thinking about getting a salad or getting some blueberries. You'd go in and, like most students, you'd go get the most unhealthy thing you could find. And usually, this is because there isn't enough other options available, so you'll go for the first thing that looks appealing. So by having more healthy options in schools, this will allow students to be more prepared for their classes because they have all that brain food. The next topic is school uniform. There are many different opinions on school uniforms. Some think that they help reduce socio-economic barriers between students. However, others think they take away students' individuality and don't allow room for self-expression. People who are in favour of school uniforms argue that it reduces these differences because everyone's wearing the same thing. For example, rich students can't buy expensive clothes, and poor students can't get bullied for not keeping up with the trends. In poorer areas, school uniforms can actually help, where baggy clothing can be used to hide weapons, or certain items of clothing used to imply gang affiliations. However, people who do not like school uniforms argue that they don't level the playing field between poorer and richer students, because this puts a financial burden on buying the school uniform for poorer families. This then leads to the poorest students only having one uniform that gets damaged, whereas the rich students have many. The final topic is lesson curriculum. In UK schools, there are many different subjects that students learn. Science, maths, music, and even PE. They even learn to cook. But there are many issues with UK schools. Recent studies show that 9 out of 10 schools in the UK are expected to run out of money by this September. Due to a budget squeeze, schools are having to cut staff. Union says struggling secondary schools facing budget cuts worth 4 teachers amid cost crisis. Here's a statement that was made on ITV Good Morning Britain.
What are the implications for our school, well, our pupils and our young learners?
So we're a trust of 4 schools, so we are £487,000 worse off this year than last year, based on energy, based on unfunded rises in costs, and that's without the inflationary over the next few weeks, obviously, with food and resources. So from our perspective, we've gone from trying to make progress to just trying to maintain as best we can.
Right, what gets cut?
Anything that isn't in the classroom would be one. You don't replace books. There's no investment. If you want to invest, it means putting more in.